Hello, good morning, welcome back to my channel. Today is June 18th. It's my mom's birthday today, and I wanted to take her just take her out to eat and to do whatever she wants to do today, because it's her day. I am going to do a look really quick. It's about 9 o'clock. I'm gonna pick her up probably about 11. I just got out the tub. I have cleaned my face. I used my Noxzema cleanser today, so I haven't moisturized or primed or anything to my face. Fresh out. Just brush my teeth and gargled with my mouthwash. So I'm just getting up for real. I do know I want to use something from my Care Beauty collection, so I pulled my little container with all of my Care Beauty products in it, which is this. Those are the eyeshadow palettes, and then I have a bronzer palette that looks like this, and then I also have a highlighter and blush palette that looks like that, and then I have a complexion palette also that looks like this. So don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. When I woke up, I knew I wanted to use a Care Beauty palette this morning, so I'll figure it out as I go. This is gonna be a get ready with me. We're gonna chat a little bit, and hopefully I am pleased with the finished product. Not sure which wig I'm gonna use. My hair is actually braided into about 6 plaits. My daughter is supposed to do my hair on Monday. I've gone about maybe 2.5 or 3 weeks without having my hair done, just because I was using some different hair products that I wanted to kind of get used to or accustomed to using without having to maneuver through any hairstyles. So Monday I'm off. It is Juneteenth, and my job now considers that a holiday. So I will be off and enjoying my off day. I have a couple of new facial products, but I'm not sure. I think I'm going to stick with some old products today and just go into my normal routine. So I'm first going to lay down my eyebrows. It's about time for me to get them waxed. I normally go when I get my fill-in, and it's time for a fill-in too. But I'm not doing that today. I'll probably do that, try to squeeze that in on Monday as well. I'm going to try to stop by and pick up my aunt as well today, so that she will also get to spend some quality time with her sister. Majority of my family members actually went out of town this weekend. And so those of us that stayed back, I want to make sure that we enjoy our weekend as well. I don't know why I've been really emotional. Maybe because, one, it's my mom's birthday, and two, Father's Day is tomorrow, and my dad passed away in December of 2013. And last weekend, the ladies of our family and some of our close friends, we got together and we had a celebration for the men in our family, those who are actual fathers, and then some of those who have filled in and play the role of a father. So it was really emotional for me as well, probably for the guys too, but it was really nice to see them surprised and to see them feeling appreciated. It was really nice. I can't wait to do it again next year. But I don't know. I'm an emotional person anyways, but it's just lately it's been extra emotional. I don't know. What I'm doing first is putting this what is it called? Neutrogena Hydro Boost water gel on my face. And I don't put a lot, like a pea size. is what I use, and I just spread that over my face. And then I'm going to go back in probably with a mattifying primer in my T-zone, because I've started to be really oily there because since it got hot. Not even sure if I guess I'll do a full face, but I may use a tinted moisturizer versus a foundation. I don't know yet. I'm all over the place today, so we're just gonna roll with it. I don't know. I was just thinking about when I got up, just thinking about I have my family is made up of mostly women. We have some men, but the women take over. And I have some really strong women in my family. Like, y'all wouldn't believe the stuff they've been through and have been able to deal with. So it's like, it's you gotta have tough skin, one, to be in my family, because everybody pretty much is very outspoken. But it's all from love, you know. We are a family that loves unconditional. We're not perfect. We go through things, but at the end of the day, it's always about family. So I'm learning that as I get older, because I always used to wonder why people always gravitate to our family. Like, you bring somebody around your family and you introduce them one time, and some people may not see them again. But in my family, it's like, even if it's a relationship type thing and you break up with that person, the relationship ends for whatever reason, they're still coming around because of the love they got from your family. So that can be weird sometimes, but I guess that's a blessing too. I have no idea what I'm putting on. Because I work from home, I'm always excited to go somewhere, because that means I can now get dressed and put on some clothes. So, but with that, I tend to overdress sometimes, and I don't want to do that today. I want to be comfortable, because I'm not sure what the ladies are going to want to do. But I'm excited just to spend some time with them. Of course, anytime you spend with them, it's going to be memorable, because there's no telling what they are going to say or do. Oh, I have no idea what I want to wear. Let's look at this Mind Trap one. I don't think I've used this one before. It looks like this. It's pretty. So it's really truly a summer palette. I'm not sure if I want to do. Not sure if I want to do color or something simple. Let's look at, because I have one that's all glitter. Pop that glitz. So if I want to add glitter, I'm definitely going to be pulling from this palette and not any other palette. So I'll leave that out of the case just in case I need to use it. And let's take a look at Havana Club. That one's pretty too. I don't know. Gentle Teaser. Okay, this is a neutral palette, and it has some cool and warm tones in here. So I may go with this, and it has some shimmers in there as well. And it's easier for me to pull from that because if you look at, if you know me and you know how I dress, most of the things I wear are neutral colors or peach or turquoise or something like that. Because if I like something, I tend to buy it in all of the colors that it's offered in. I don't know if that's good or not. I'm going to use the Milani No Pore Zone to prime my T-zone area. And I'm just going to put it on this putty primer brush that I purchased from Elf. It has the little spoolie or spoon at the end so you can grab the product so you don't have to put it on your finger or stick your nail in it. And I'm just putting it in my T-zone. Down the middle and underneath my eyes. And I've used this before. It does hold up for the entire day. So I like that. I purchased that from Walmart. I think it was like $8. Normally for my eyes, or lately, I guess I'll say for my brows, I've been using the NYX Professional Makeup Crayon Micro Brow Pencil. And I purchased these from Amazon. I purchased one initially. It was $10, and I liked it. What I don't like is that it breaks fast, and it's not. I normally use pencils that you can sharpen. So this you can't sharpen. When this is gone, it's gone, and it's really thin, so it's easy to break. I think I'm going to go in first, though, with a pencil that you can sharpen. And then I may go back in with that. This is an Elf pencil. That's too dark for me. I need to go to the beauty supply store today. This is a Nicka K pencil. That's normally the shade that I use. Let's see if it's on. This is the shade brown. And this is the pencil. So I'm going to go in with this one, and then I'll fill in with the NYX pencil. I need a pencil sharpener, and I need a napkin. Yeah, I can honestly say, like, my family has my back. I am, or was a single parent. I have 3 children. Their ages are 23, 20, and 15. Hasn't been easy, but I'm thankful, extremely thankful for my village. And one thing they don't play about is the children. So I'm going to start with my tail end first. I'm going to be maneuvering from the camera to I have a vanity mirror right here. And of course I can see better in that one. So I may be looking more in that mirror than in the camera. So I'm sorry if I do that. And then I'm going to take this NYX pencil and kind of fill in some of the sparse areas. And then take the other end, which is that spoolie, and just brush it through. My brow hairs don't really come out as far as I draw them. But that's okay. daughter has started to, she's always been able to braid hair and do nails. But I think, I guess when the pandemic started, the money wasn't coming as fast as she wanted it to come. So she worked a couple of warehouse jobs. But now she is working and doing hair. It's like that part of her has really enhanced, and so I'm proud of her for that. I don't know what's going on with my brows today, but I'm gonna clean them up in a second. And I don't know, I really, I watched different people with their kids as I was growing up. And, parenting doesn't come with any type of book or instructions. So, you want to just do the best that you can. And so I'm a parent that, of course, I want all of my children to be successful and to succeed. But I'm also that parent that knows that just because something worked for me does not mean that it's going to work for my child. So I don't push too much. I definitely support my children in whatever they do. And I make sure that they know that. But at the same time, I encourage them in whatever their endeavors are as well, because it's not my life. It's not about me. And I think people who do that, they kind of irritate me a little bit. Because it's not your life. And if you want to do something, then you might need to go back so you can do it. You can't live through your children. They have their own lives. And I don't know, I've really been, I've been praying a lot more lately because I feel like certain people are trying to take me out of my element. For the most part, I try to do right by people. I'm a good person. I try to be the best person that I can be. And, of course, people will take advantage of that or try. And most of the time when it's something that's concerning me, if I have a difference of opinion with somebody and it's something just dealing with us, it's really not important to me to win or to get my point across. Like, I really don't care what you think. But when it's things that involve my children, like, I want to fight. And I know that's not the that's not the right way to do things. Like, especially as an adult and you're trying to set an example for your children, you don't want to show them that the first resort you get to is fighting. But so I'm praying about that. I don't know. I need for people to just mind their own business. Like, if you don't have your house in order, how can you try to tell somebody about getting theirs in order? Like, you got to work on you. And normally that comes from people who not even active in your children's life or active in your life. They want to dictate stuff to you and they don't have their stuff together. Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, work on you. But I've always been the type of person who advocated for my children and for my family. Like, you're not going to be able to just come and say what you want to us or do what you want to us, or, growing when I was young, I had my first son when I was 20. So I learned a really, really big lesson early on with him. Because I used to listen to different people trying to tell me different things. And because that was my first child, initially I thought they were just being helpful. But later on in life, I figured out that those people were trying to tell me what to do. They weren't being helpful. They were trying to tell me what to do. And you can't tell me what to do with my child or my children. You have children. Control your children. Lead your children. Be a mom to your children. But I think with that, you just got to learn, like, who's actually trying to be there for you in a positive way, and who's trying to negatively affect what you have going on. And sometimes it can be hard to distinguish between the two. But you learn a little bit more as you get older. I will say that. And so since I'm older and my children are older, my relationships with a lot of people have changed, because I realized what their intentions were, or what their intentions are. And so I just kind of fell back with a lot of people. And that's also a part of growing too. Like, everybody can't go where you're going. It doesn't mean you stop loving them. You just realize that they are hindering your process. So, you have to do what needs to be done in those particular situations. And it's not easy. Like, it's hard to, especially having history with somebody, and whether it's positive or not, it's hard sometimes to let go. You can know for a long time, like, you need to let go of that person, that they don't need to be in your life or whatever. God will show you all the signs you need, and you still try to hold on because of that history that you have with that person. And I think that's a normal thing when you're trying to transition in life. But you got to learn. You're going to take heed one way or the other. My right eye is always perfect to me. It's this left one, but I don't have time for that today. Let's see what I'm going to do. I've been eyeing these brushes that I want from Amazon for a while. Lord knows I don't need no more brushes, but I've been eyeing them. I think I want to go in with, excuse me, I like this shade. It says full exposure. It looks like a burnt orange right here. And I don't know if I want to do a one color lid today or what, but I think about all the things I've gone through and to get this far, especially when it comes to parenting and being a single mom. There were definitely times when I felt like, Lord, I'm not gonna make it. Like, I can't do this by myself. And I guess the times that I did feel like that, that's when my family kind of came in and was like, oh yes, you can. You forgot what family you come from. You forgot how you was raised. Like, let us remind you. And I'm thankful for that. My sister and my aunts really helped me when, even if it's just a conversation, sometimes when you get to a point and, it's not going the way you want it to go, and you praying and stuff not moving as fast as you want it to move, and you like, I need somebody to tell me, somebody to reassure me that I'm good, My family's always been there when I needed that push. Definitely am truly, I put a darker color brown at the top. I'm going to blend that in and then go back in with that orange color. Oh, I know what I want to wear today. Okay. It's crazy. Sometimes this is how I figure out my outfits for real. So I'm going to wear this outfit that has, it's a short set. You can wear it with jeans. I'm sorry, you can wear it with a tennis shoe, sandal, whatever. So you can dress it up or dress it down. It's orange and black. It has like a strip of leopard print on it. And that's what I'm going to wear today. So I'm going to go back in with that orange a little bit. So make that the important color again. It's so quiet in my house, y'all. Even though it's the weekend, I still get up like I have to go to work. And I have a 3-day weekend, so I'm like, sometimes it really upsets me because I plan to sleep in, but my body won't let me. My body's like, no ma'am, not today. Okay, so I think that's enough for that eye. I used to be the type of person, I don't know what was going on with me. Like I had got into this where I was always moving somebody in. Like anytime somebody say they going through something, they need somewhere to stay, I was moving them in. And then I realized like you're not even having a conversation with your children. Like you're just moving people in. Like, and so the last time I let somebody move in, I met this person at my job, and she had expressed that she didn't have anywhere to go. Like she was just going through things, and that's normal. Like people go through stuff. But I realized you gotta question, like, especially when people have family, like, what's going on? Why you can't go live with your family? Like, there's nothing wrong with helping people, but you gotta question people for real. I saw this thing where this lady has an Airbnb that she was running out of her house. She moved somebody in, and now she can't get the lady out. And I'm like, Lord have mercy, that could have been me. Like, crazy, but you know, I was always moving people in. So the last instance I had, I was nice enough to let the person come stay with me, and my kids, they didn't tell me till after the fact, but they were like, you know, she used to be saying little stuff to us, not nothing, you know, she would just be like trying to give them a bedtime and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh no, that's my job. And what you always have to remember is, this is my kid. My kids stay here. Like, you a guest. So before you have a conversation with my children, you need to have a conversation with their parent. And so I think she kind of knew, like, she was getting towards the end, because I had actually reached out and said, you know, we need to have a conversation. She moved out, or she left before we could have the conversation, because she pretty much had gotten to know me and how I am about my kids. So she knew it was time for her to go at that point, you know. And I was just like, the audacity of people, like, I'm being nice to you, moving you in, or not even moving you in, letting you stay for a couple of days. You know, that's how it always started. I need somewhere to stay for a couple of days, and then it turns into weeks and months. But I'm lending a helping hand to you, and you want to come in here thinking you can dictate stuff, and you don't pay not a one bill. No, ma'am. So she ended up leaving, thank God. But my kids, they get to, with certain things, they won't tell me at all, or they won't tell me until that person is gone. Because like, nah, Mom, we know how you are. I'm like, y'all got to stop doing that. So I learned that I too have to communicate. Even though they're children, they still have a vote on certain things, you know. And I don't ever want my children to be, I will never allow anybody to make my children feel uncomfortable. When you do that, oh, you definitely got to go. Like, no, I don't play about my kids. So, went through a stage of that. Definitely went through a stage of dating people that weren't even my type. Like, now I look back and I'm like, girl, what would you think? What you had going on, baby? But, you know, you have to, I guess that was a part of me learning and growing, you know, what I like, what kind of person I wanted to be with. Because my relationships with my children's fathers were long relationships. So stepping outside and dating, newly dating outside of dating them was real different for me. I'm going to use the Sephora Best Skin Ever Foundation. This is my favorite, y'all. I got a backup of this and everything. It's in the shade 57Y. But it was just really difficult for me. And to be honest, I don't think I knew, like, what type of person I wanted. Because my older children's dad was like, we started dating when I was 14 years old. So, I mean, and I feel I definitely outgrew that relationship. And there were some things that definitely needed to be changed in that particular situation. And I prayed on it, talked to my family, talked to his family, talked to my kids as they got older, and I just knew that wasn't a good position or situation for me. And just because you in situations with people, it doesn't mean that person did something wrong, or which there were things done wrong, but it doesn't necessarily mean that person is doing something wrong or you're doing something wrong. You outgrow people, you know. You're supposed to grow together, but sometimes you outgrow people. And I'm not going to make myself be stagnant and not grow to try to be with somebody. Like, no, that's not who I am. And so once that relationship ended, I ended up dating my youngest son's dad. And I think that was the first sign of me kind of experiencing somebody to cater to me and to just do all these nice things for me just because I didn't feel like there was a motive to us dating. Like, I felt like at that time that we were equal. And life happened, and I was so broken from that situation. I think I went into this whirlwind of just doing. Like, it didn't matter what, like, I was just doing stuff. And then at some point, I ran into one of my classmates. I'll never forget it, at the gas station. And before he said anything to me, the look on his face, it wasn't like a look of disgust or anything like that. It was a look as if, like, you look like somebody I know, but you can't be her. Like, no, you gotta be just her twin or something. Like, you look like her, but you don't act like her, so you can't be her. And later on in life, he did end up telling me, like, that's what he thought. I said, that was all over your face. Like, he said, I just knew that wasn't you. Like, I didn't know what was going on with you. He said, but you were different. Like, God showed me you were different. And that friend actually ended up being like a counselor to me. I could talk to him And it was a strictly platonic relationship. He's married and everything. But he ended up being there for me through a lot of my dark times, you know. And it was at that time, I'm like, I can't believe I got a relationship with somebody that doesn't expect anything from me, that loves me for being me, and gives me his honest opinion. So that, you know, I went through that phase and got out of that, and then started dating again, and ended up in a situation where the guy, when I broke up with the guy, he was actually stalking me. Like I had moved from where we stayed together. He was coming to my grandmom's house, going to my church, pulling up at my children's school. Like, it got really bad for me. I was really scared. And I can honestly say, like, I haven't really been frightened of a person before. Like, he frightened me. And I just didn't know. Like, I always have been terrified of guns. You know, I didn't really... My son, my oldest son, definitely played with guns when he was little, but he had to hide it most of the time because I've never liked guns. But I ended up purchasing a gun, going to the gun range, learning how to shoot it. Just a lot of different things because I was really, like, fearful of this person. And I'm like, if he comes, he just gave me a vibe like that he was going to hurt me or try to hurt my kids. And I'm like, oh no, before I let you hurt my children, I'll go to jail. And so he is the sole reason why I have a weapon. And I don't, of course, I don't want to hurt anybody, but I will. And so after that relationship, I didn't date for about 2 years, I want to say. I was just discovering me. Like, I wanted to make sure that I invested, and I didn't put a time on it. Like, I didn't expect for it to be 2 years. I didn't know. And I was not actively seeking anybody to date. I have friends, and I was talking to people on the phone, but I wasn't going on dates or any of that type of stuff. I was just going to work, church sometimes, home, family gatherings, and most of all, activities with my children. Like, that really gave me the time that I needed with my children. So I ended up meeting someone, and it was hard at first because I'm like, I don't want to date because the times that, you know, my past, my record is not too good with dating. So I don't know if I want to get mixed back up into that. So I hesitated for a while, and just, we still talked on the phone and things like that, but it was a while before we actually went on a date or anything like that. And even when we started to date, I felt like I'm not going to try to make this be anything serious. You know, I'm just going to have fun is what I thought. I'm just having fun. I think that's what both of us thought, because we both came from some bad relationships. And so we were just having fun. But we ended up actually having an interest, a genuine interest in each other. And I'm using Maybelline 330 Toffee powder. And I'm sorry, the concealers that I used were, if you watch my videos, you already know, but Born This Way Too Faced concealers, I used the shades Caramel and Chestnut. Caramel on the inner parts and chestnut on the outer. I'm going to put Cookie down the bridge of my nose in a second. So I've been in that relationship for 5 years. And every relationship has its issues, of course, because nobody's perfect. And it's still like when you've had your heart broken or you have been in a abusive relationship, be it verbal, or physical or mental, it's kind of hard for you to then go into a situation where you can be 100% trusting. Like, it's like everybody then has to definitely prove themselves to you. And so I kind of go back and forth. Like when I get to a position or a place of where I'm comfortable and I feel like, yep, we here, my mind plays tricks on me. And it's like I'm questioning everything, making up stuff in my own head. Like, it's weird. But I'm working on that. Definitely working on, always consistently working on me. Because if I'm not right, I can't be right for anybody else. So, but this relationship is totally, it's like different from any other relationship I've been in. I feel like I have an equal partner. I don't feel like everything is on me. I don't feel like that my children are just my children and I need to figure it out with them. Like, I definitely don't feel like that. And so that's one of the things I'm continuously working on. I think because of my background and the women that raised me, it's really hard for me to be submissive at times. I'm normally a dominant person in my relationship. So it's kind of hard for me to be. I'm going to try to use this Complexion palette, this shade right here, which is caramel. I'm going to use that to set the remainder of my face when I get to that point. But I'm trying to be I guess I'm trying to be open to new things and learning to be submissive more and let my partner lead more. What am I looking for, Lord? Oh. I have these two bronzers from Morphe. One is Mocha Moment, and it looks like that. And the other is Cocoa Woe, and it looks like this. So I'm going to mix the two, and that's what I'm going to use to bronze and contour with. I want to use this AOA brush. Well, it's Urban Studio brush, but I got it from Shop Miss A. And so, yeah, that's kind of where I am. The strangest thing is that I realized I had gone through my life, my young adult life, calling certain people my friend. Oh, that's my friend so and so. We went to this together. We worked together. Whatever. One of my friends since high school passed away last year, and we had been going through, like, our friendship was crazy. It was really like being sisters. It wasn't like being friends. We would get mad at each other. We would stop talking to each other. I ain't gonna talk to you no more. Da da da. I think the longest we stopped talking one time was like 10 months, if I'm not, maybe a year. I can't even remember. And at that time, I'm like, honey, I don't need nobody. I got family. I don't need no friend. Not realizing like she was my family. When she passed away, probably about 2 or 3 months into her passing, I realized I need her. Like, I don't know. It's just, you don't appreciate people sometimes. So they not here. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. But yeah, like, I need her. I miss her. Like, we went through similar things growing up. And that's probably what bonded us as friends. Like, we had gone through the same stuff. But like, oh my God. When I tell y'all that was my friend, like, that was my friend. I could call her if I was hungry, if I was going through tough times, like, no matter what I was going through. And I hope that I provided that same thing for her. You know, I hope that I made her feel. I totally forgot I had this bronzer from Care Beauty. That's okay. I'll use it next time. But you know, I really took life for granted. You know, I felt like we would always be with each other. We would always see each other. And that's not true. That's been difficult for me. Extremely difficult for me. I am using their blush. I'm using this shade right here, which says Gleam. And I'm using this e.l.f. highlighter brush to put it on. But yeah, I realized, like, now I can say I probably have 2 friends that are here, like 2 real friends. Because once my friend passed, it's like, what am I going to do now? Like, but I had to think about what she would want me to do. Like, what would she say in certain things? But she had no filter. She said whatever. But they were things that were for my good, definitely. I'm also using a highlighter out of this same palette. It's in the shade Aura. It's this middle shade right here. Yeah, she was definitely an important part of my life. Do I want to use Cookie? No, I'm going to use Caramel down the bridge of my nose. Yeah, I really miss her. We had just started back speaking probably about 8 or 9 months before she passed. And it was so weird the way that my cousin passed away, and she came by my aunt's house, and that's actually how we started back talking from the last fallout. And what she said when she saw me, like when I saw her, I'm looking and I'm like, what am I going to say? Like, we haven't talked in almost a year. Do I go and hug her, say I'm sorry? Is she going to be receptive to that? Like, I just didn't know. And to be honest, I can't even tell you, and she probably couldn't have told you what the fallout was about. I feel like we were very territorial of each other. And so we would get mad for things relating to that. But I can't tell you why we stopped talking. But when we saw each other, after my cousin's passing, she actually came up to me. No, she got out the car, and I was looking, and she gave me this look, and I went up to her. And she hugged me, and what she said was, I don't ever want us to do this again. Like, we never discussed why we hadn't been talking for almost a dang on year, what it was about, none of that. She just said, I don't ever want to do this again. And of course the feeling was mutual, so we just started back like we left off, like it was never an issue. And you know, I realized, like, that's what a friend is. Like, that's what friends do for each other. You just don't know. That's why you can't take people for granted. You shouldn't take anybody for granted, because you don't know when we gonna leave here. You know, everybody gotta go. That was definitely unexpected. Definitely unexpected. It's still unreal to me to this day. And I am just doing the best that I can to cope with it, to get through it. Her daughter came to see me recently, and she is every bit of her mom. Like, I felt so good. Like, I wasn't emotional or anything like I thought I would be, because I'm like, you know, when somebody passes and you go around their family, you think, like, I can't be more emotional than they are. Like, if I'm emotional and they're doing fine, that's going to mess things up for them, you know. But I didn't feel like that. I know that she would be so proud of her daughter. Like, she is doing so great. And I knew she would. I didn't have any doubts about her being the person that she needs to be, because her mom had already given her the tools that she needs to be the person that she is right now. And her work ethics, just like her mom. She talks like her mama to me. She looks like her mama to me. Like, everything is every bit of her mom. Like, and that's amazing. And that's kind of course, nobody wants to leave their family. Of course, you don't want to leave your children. But when it's my time to go, I hope that my kids have the things I've instilled in them, what they need to be their best selves. I started to have panic attacks when my cousin passed away. And, well, no, I started to have anxiety issues when my cousin passed away. And then last year, I started to actually have the attacks. I don't have them too much. I've had about 3, I want to say. And the first one that I had was really bad. Really, really bad. And I'm not sure if on that particular day when I had one, that was a day where I had an edible. And I normally don't try edibles and things like that. But, you know, I indulged. And, oh, it was so bad. It scared me really bad. And so after that episode, I've had like 2 more since then. And the way that I have been able to handle it, sorry, I'm getting some wipes. The way that I've been able to handle it is through this makeup. You know, everybody has their story of how or why they got started doing certain things. I've always loved makeup. I've always tried to apply it, but I didn't get serious about it really until my anxiety and the pandemic. But I'm so glad that I showed an interest here, because this is something that I love. It makes me happy. It's my coping mechanism. So when people say things to me, girl, you spend all that money on makeup, girl, you do this, girl, you do that. Yes, I do. Because what you need to worry about is what you got going on. You don't need to worry about what Brentivia is spending her money on. Because Brentivia not asking you for no damn money. So, you know, I'm finding my way. I do know that this is definitely something that I want to enhance. I want to do others' makeup. I'm praying about that though, because I've had some experiences where I understand why some people don't like to deal with the public. For one thing, services are not free. Like, I don't care if somebody practicing for 2 years and they don't have any clients. If they do your makeup, at least tip them. Like, and if you set an appointment and you tell somebody you're going to be somewhere, be there. Or at least have the courtesy to say, I can't make it. Can I reschedule or whatever? Because they're devoting that time to you. But I think that's something that is pretty much in our culture. Everybody wants something for nothing. And that's not good. Like, that's terrible. Even if somebody do something for me for free, I'm going to offer them something. If it's gas money or something. I'll definitely make sure that I return the favor to that person. There's lip pencil I just used it's actually an eye pencil. That's by Wet n Wild. I think it's Simmer Brown now. I purchased it from Dollar Tree. This is a Ruby Kisses lipstick in the shade Brown Sugar. It's a matte lipstick. And then I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Sweet Mouth lip gloss. Yeah, people just, they definitely take your kindness for weakness nowadays. Like, oh girl, I'm about to go over here. She said she's gonna give me a ride. If you're getting a ride from somebody in this present day and you're not giving them no gas money or offering them nothing, like, you definitely a user. Because gas is too much. Gas is $5 in some places. My little Kia, I used to spend $25, maybe $28 to fill it up. Now it's like $35, $40. I feel bad for people that have SUVs and vans, because I can't even imagine what their gas is like. And then if you're an active person, you know, if you don't work from home, you have to pick up your kids. You got to do different things, like you got to drop off your kids at work. That's gas. Like, gas don't last long when you got to do stuff. You just sitting at home. You ain't filling up your car to just sit at home. So it's, shoot, that's a lot of money. I feel like that at this point, kids should be offering their parents gas to take them places if they working and not paying no bills. Definitely. So I did use the Cara Duo, the Gentle Teaser palette, and it looks like this. I did use the Cara Beauty Divine Complexion palette, and it looks like that. And I did use the Cara Beauty Lightning Hour palette. It looks like that. I did not use this Bronze Goddess, but I'll use it next time. I'm gonna put on me some lashes. Where does this go? What number is this? 11. They've gotten all out of order. Okay. I'll be right back with my lashes and whatever hair I'm going to wear today. Okay, everybody, so this is the finished look. I add my lashes. I used the Ioni 3D Mink lashes. This is the Natural Light Wispy. These are the this is the brand that comes from Dollar Tree for $125. I did go back in and add a little bit more bronzer just to get it to the shade that I like. I did also add a wing, and that is it. This is the look for today. My headband matches. I did put on this wig, which was purchased from Amazon about a year ago. I just sprayed it with water. I put some Lotta Body on it and some conditioner to get the curls back. I may spray it a little bit more before I leave, and I do think I'm gonna add some more highlight, because on my cheeks at least, I can see it on my nose, but I don't really see it on my cheeks. Yeah, so in my chin, just put a little bit more the way that I like it. And that is it. This is my look for today. I am headed to pick up my aunt and my mom. We're going to go and have some lunch and do a little shopping if they feel up to it. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so that you can always know when I'm posting something new. If you have any questions, you can put them down below. I talked a little bit more in today's video. I normally just get ready and that's it. But that's not the person that I really am. I like to talk. So if you have any questions about the things that were discussed, about the products, feel free to engage. I hope you all enjoy your Sunday. Have a blessed weekend. Bye-bye.